Oh, get that on video. Get that on video.
Big off season to come. We've woke up over the weight cap. Day of the weigh-ins. I will catch you up later with where I'm at because it's not the best. We've woke up over the weight cap, so today until 2 p.m. is no water, no food, which is not ideal. I'll get into my thoughts on that a little bit later in the video. Right now it's coming up to 9 a.m. Weigh-ins are 2 p.m. It starts, probably be a little bit after that. So what we're doing now is prepping the first meal to go in as soon as I've made weight, same as last week. So literally the minute I get off the scale, I'm going to start eating this. It's 300 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat, 2 grams of salt, digestive enzymes, peat max. Obviously, we're going to do rice pudding. So the meal is going to be 200 grams of rice pudding, 20 grams of Elite Whey isolate, which is 100 grams of banana, 2 Rice Krispie treats, 50 grams of maple syrup, 30 grams of honey, and 25 grams of 90% dark chocolate. No muffin in this first meal this week, just because I've not eaten for my last meal. We did really low food yesterday, like 600 calories low, like really low. I feel fucked. Last water went in at 7 p.m. last night, so we are feeling it today. So first meal, we just want to get some more, some clean, complex carbs in. So just straight rice pudding with some simple sugars just to keep food volume low. So with that meal as well, we're going to do 750ml total water. So that's going to be 400ml in the rice pudding with the 200 grams, so 2-to-1 ratio. And I've got my 350ml weighed out on the side to drink, sort of, not probably with the meal, but just sort of sip on it after, in between meals, because we'll make weight, eat this, get my spray time, and then come back here for meal 2 of the day. Right then, time is 12:20. Literally since the last time I spoke to camera, I've done fuck all apart from sit on my ass downstairs, had a little bit of a nap, and just been going for a piss, and that has been it. I've still not drank any water. The good news is I'm now 209.6 pounds, having just stepped on the scale. I've just rinsed off in the shower as well, obviously ahead of my tan. What that does mean is I've dropped like 14 pounds in 16 hours, which you can imagine how I feel. It's not great, and it's not what I had hoped for or envisioned this peak week. My body's just not responding how we thought it would, to be fair. Probably largely due to stress with everything going on, but it's like I've eaten less food all week, depleted so much harder, and yet my body weight's just been up and it's been harder to make weight. So it kind of does indicate stress to a degree, and maybe not. I think maybe we put in a little bit too much food early in the week, but hindsight's a beautiful thing. It is what it is. We're here now. We're under the weight cap. Got an hour and 45 minutes to weigh-ins. Still not eating, still not drank. My scale is bugging out a little bit, so we're just going to leave it till weigh-ins and then get the food in after. I'm just going to finish prepping this meal now. So I made the rice pudding earlier. It's now nice and cold and set. Going to put the fruit on it. Going to put the honey and maple syrup on it. Put it in my bag. And then we're going to head to the venue sooner rather than later because I'm so fucking bored of just sitting in this house. I'd rather just go and sit at the host hotel and probably see some people or hang out with Colin now in a little bit of a better mood, because this morning, like, I'm sure it had translated very well. I've not been in a good place mentally. I've been incredibly stressed. So I've just kind of been chilling, trying to nap, trying to just take my mind off things. And the nap clearly worked because I woke up and dropped 1.5 pounds after having a nap. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to head to the venue in probably about 20 minutes or so once I finish getting food together. Hang out there for a bit. Hopefully registration goes quick. Really hoping it does. I've got my tan at 3:15. That should be done by 3:45. And then hopefully just shoot straight off, get back here for about 4 p.m-ish and get meal 2 in. I think the rough plan, what we're looking at doing, is getting 4 meals in today. But it's all subject to change. It's very hard to predict. So it will be, last carb up, if you watched that video, it was end up being about 10,000 calories. It's not going to be close to that this time around. I do want to try and keep water intake a little bit higher this time around, because I think part of the issue last time was we ate shitloads of carbs, we just didn't have the water. You do technically need a ratio of like 4:1, 4 grams of water to 1 gram of carb to fill up glycogen intramuscularly. I don't think we were there last time, so going to keep water a little bit higher. We also need to, just because we've had to dehydrate so aggressively these last few hours. so I do need to get some water back in me anyway. So that does mean food needs to be a little bit lower, water needs to be a little bit higher this time around. And we'll just see what sort of look that brings, because that's all we can do at this stage. So yeah, I'm going to chuck in the 30 grams of blueberries, 30 grams of raspberries, the whatever amount of the 100 grams of banana, I think that was. Throw that in there, and then yeah, maple syrup, honey on top, and get things going. You'll notice my banana, it's a little bit brown, overripe. The riper the banana, the actual better it digests, otherwise it's going to ferment and cause some digestive issues. It can do, cause some stress to the GI. So the riper, the browner the banana, the better it digests. Right, we've made it to the Hilton about an hour early. It's like 1 PM. Check-ins aren't until 2, but we'll go in, see what's going on, find a place to chill out, and it's just nice to be out of the house, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's get to it.
How's it going?
It's been a very rough week. It's been a hell of a week, but we're here. We're going to make weight. We're going to enjoy it.
Hey man, well have a good time. Don't stress too much.
Oh, we're honored to have you.
Big fan.
Oh, really?
I'm only doing it because of you.
You're not a fan of
I'm only here for him.
Oh, get that on video. Get that on video.
Okay, wait a minute. But are you a fan of his personality or his physique? Be honest.
Well, my old
both.
probably.
Look at the forearms.
That's what he's got.
That's all I got left. That's all I got left. That's all I show.
We've just been rehydrated in, so I was sweating. Turns out I'm over 5'10", which now means my locked-in weight cap for the future is 219 pounds, which means I've just weighed in 10 pounds under my weight cap, fully clothed, and I am fucking buzzing with that. That is phenomenal news. Shit for this season is what it is. For the future, holy fucking shit, boys. Big off season to come. Very, very big off season to come. Right, let's dip. Let's go and start eating.
First food in 22 hours and water. Mental, isn't it? But I've just dropped 16 pounds in 12 hours to make weight when my weight cap is actually now 219. So there's fucking no need to do it. But that's life. It wouldn't have made it look any better. Well, it would have actually, but oh well. Is what it is for this show, right? I've already said it. I've accepted it. It's not going to be the best show. But that is very positive. It's put a smile on the face for the future. We've got till £219 now on stage, which means fucking a lot of growing. So I really need to eat this. We've got the rice pudding, banana, maple syrup. Meal you saw me eat earlier. I'm going to shop and eat because I really need to, because it's now 2:30. I've got 10 and 45 minutes, so eat this, turn straight back to the apartment and eat again. So catch you at 10 probably.
I'm really inspired by both of you, so yeah. Nice to see you, James, and nice to meet you, Jack.
And you, man.
Sounds on. Got in there nice and quick. Back here tomorrow morning about 9 AM to the top coat. And then we've got to head over to the venue from there because it's not all in the same place. But it was a nice smooth check-in process. Finally got some food in me, so feeling a little bit more lively. Still think we're going to really struggle to fill out, but for the future, 290. It's a little bit confusing whether that's actually locked in or not. We're not sure, so we'll find out. Apparently it is, but I will probably just speak to the judges tomorrow again and just to get that clarified. Because what that does mean is then technically I have to be 219 to Thebo in 2 weeks' time, which makes it even more exciting because everything I said in the other video is kind of now irrelevant because sure, we've got a day and a half to fill up, but if I don't have to weigh in at 219, like, I don't want to be 219 and then spend a full day and a half eating as much food as possible because I'll be like 230 and I'll be fat. So it just means that we can actually fill smartly and intelligently and then dry out and it not all be so extreme and crammed in, which could lead to very good work. So that's exciting, but we'll get that clarified tomorrow. Right now, it's one thing at a time, though. Focus on the job at hand, which is to go home, send a check-in, and get the next meal in.
Right, meal two. So we've got 60 grams of this, which I've got in the bowl. Rice Krispies at the bottom, the Frosties on top. We've then got 400 mils of water in there with 30 grams of cinnamon cereal whey isolate. which is obviously going to be used as the milk over the top. In the next shake, then we've got 350 mils of water that I will drink sort of in between this meal and the next meal. So we're going to eat this, wait 2 hours and recheck with Tom. During those 2 hours, I'll just sip on this slowly, get it down. On the cereal, we've got 100 grams of honey. I'll probably do like 80 grams of honey on there, and then 20 grams of honey on the Rice Krispie treat with 2 grams of salt, just because I don't want the salt in the cereal. So I just put honey on a squares bar, salt on that, and eat that. So that is the carbs. It's a lot of carbs. I'm doing a little bit more honey this time and a little bit less cereal than last week's peak, purely just because we're later in the day. I want a lower food volume and I still need the carbs to go in. So we'll do that. And then with that, we'll also do one muffin on top. But I'll get that. I need to eat this first and I'll do that. So we've got a lot of food going in here. With that, we've also got our Glycomax, our Peak Max, and our 2 more capsules of ESN Digestive Enzyme Plus. So I'm going to eat this because I'm very hungry, despite just nailing a massive meal before 10, but that was about a good hour and a half ago now, and it's digested like air. Have just sent Tom a check-in before this and stepped on the scale. On my scale, I was only to 11 pounds, so I was only about a pound up from what I weighed in at, and that's still 1.5 pounds down from what I woke up at this morning. So we're desperate for food, so we're getting it in a little bit earlier. So yeah, I'm going to make this, go sit downstairs, chill, listen to a podcast and relax because a lot of the stress is now done. I'm just trying to enjoy this one now. So yeah, we will catch up with you later once this is eaten for meal 3. Right, it's now 6:20. We are chilling. 2 meals in, sat beautifully. The last meal you saw me eat, we are literally rinsing and repeating that exact meal. The exact same water, the exact same digestive enzymes. Everything about that is going to be the exact same because it's sat really well. It's doing the job. Weight's up ever so slightly, so we are filling the tank slowly. We're going to do this meal now. Eat this. Give it sort of 3-ish hours. It'll be about probably 3 hours actually till the next meal. And then the next meal is going to be burger fries. So we're just going to have to Uber Eats that here because there's not really anywhere that close by. So we'll Uber Eats that, have that about 9:30, go to bed, and then we're going to have a meal prepped for the middle of the night for when I wake up as well. So that is the plan. So we're going to do this meal now, which will be another 300 grams of carbs, plus muffin on top, plus 2 grams of sodium, water, everything that was on screen. Wait 2-3 hours, let that all digest nicely. Burger and fries, which we'll obviously film. Go to bed, and then sort of middle of the night, whenever I wake up, sort of 1-2 in the morning, another top up with a slightly smaller meal, which will be about 100 grams of carbs with a little bit of fat, just to time me over to the morning. Then we'll wake up in the morning, assess the look, and then obviously kind of just sort of eat like a bird into the show just to hold whatever fullness we've managed to build from that. So that's the plan. I'm going to mix this meal up. Just been on call to my girlfriend for quite a bit, so that was pleasant. After I eat this meal, I'm going to call my mum for a bit because just staying on this phone to people close to me has been really helping and sort of keeping me distracted and helping things go. So that's where we're up to. So the burger and fries is on the way. This food's digested quite nicely now, so I'm going to do burger and fries. When that gets, well, I'll talk about it now. Tom said to do a normal hamburger from Five Guys, just plain, so just bread, 2 patties, normal hamburger. And then I can't do the fries from Five Guys because they're cooked in peanut oil and I'm allergic to nuts, as you know from previous carb ups. So I've done a little hamburger, is what it's called. Flailing on a knife around, it's so it's basically just a hamburger, but 1 patty instead of 2. So we're doing a little hamburger from Five Guys that's on the way, and then just 2 lots of fries from McDonald's. Worked out all the macros. That's very similar to what we did from In-N-Out. Very, very close. It's like 20 calories difference or something, doing what I've set up there. Whereas if we did, you know, a double hamburger and 3 lots of fries, it would have been like over 2,000 calories and just too much before bed. 1, I'd have been going to bed really bloated and probably wouldn't have slept that well. 2, I just think it would have been too much food. Apparently there's someone at the door. So yeah, we've got the Mackies, now waiting on the Five Guys. But yeah, so with the chicken and the dark chocolate, I'm literally doing sushi rice with a little bit of honey. So really clean, nice and simple, easy to eat in the middle of the night. So I'm going to stick that in the fridge, ready. When we say middle of the night, it's basically whenever I wake up to piss, any time between sort of 12 and 2. I'm not going to set an alarm to wake up and eat. I'm going to let myself sleep. I will naturally wake up to go to the toilet at some point. whenever I wake up somewhere in that window is when I'll just eat the meal and I go back to bed. So it sort of disrupts my sleep as little as possible and keeps things moving. With this meal, obviously, we're doing Heat Max and Glycomax as well, with some digestive enzymes from ESN. So yeah, that is basically the plan for food. Just going to wait on the 5 guys to get here. We've got the food, 2 large fries. I'm glad I've not done 3 because fucking hell, they're quite big in the US. And then we've got our very sad little cheeseburger, which is literally just meat in a patty. How depressing. I'm going to put my own ketchup on it, nail this now, and then get to bed because I'm quite tired. But I am looking forward to eating this. I'm probably going to have to salt the fries a little bit more because they aren't that salty. And the whole idea here is a shitload of sodium, so yeah. That's it, that is the meal. With this meal we've got 500ml water, which I've already drank a little bit of just to take my Glycomax and digestive enzymes. Eat this, get to bed, wake up whenever I need to piss, eat another 100 grams of carbs from sushi, rice and honey with a little bit of chicken and dark chocolate, and then wake up in the morning and catch you then for show day. So we'll catch you tomorrow.